A new proposal tonight that challenges the very essence of democracy. Imagine a scenario where the choice of Arizona voters for president is actually superseded by state lawmakers.
Rachel Louise Just with our ABC15 political team dives into the very real discussion happening at the state capitol.
I have a right to vote. I've been doing it for a lot of years. So I believe my vote should count and not someone who's sitting in an office somewhere.
A controversial proposal to change how elections work has made its way to State 48. Glendale Republican Senator Anthony Kern's plan would essentially let Arizona lawmakers pick the winner of the state in presidential elections.
Who the people choose is who should be elected.
Kern was one of Arizona's fake electors in 2020, claiming Trump won a state he very narrowly lost. The concurrent resolution, simple, straightforward, and less than half a page long, reading, the legislature and no other official shall appoint presidential electors in accordance with the United States Constitution.
It's very much like the Electoral College was initially intended to be.
Stephanie Lindquist is a professor of law and political sciences at Arizona State. She says the plan goes off the legal theory of independent state legislatures that have the sole authority to create election laws for their states without constraints.
It's a legislature saying, hey, you can vote, but we may know better than you. And therefore, we're going to exercise our right under state law to substitute our decision, our vote for yours.
We reached out to interview Senator Kern about his proposal, but he did not respond by airtime. Arizona is not the first place to bring up this idea. The theory even went to the U.S. Supreme Court, which rejected it in a 6-3 ruling last June.
I mean, it will reverse the idea that the popular vote is what drives electoral votes.
Voters we talked to Tuesday on and off camera and across the political spectrum were adamantly against the idea.
It's come to the point that, our elected officials believe that they know better than I or you or the populace of the state.
Because they're too biased, prejudiced either way, and I guess the voters are too, but the voter, should have the say about who my president is going to be.
The resolution is not a bill, and it doesn't need the support of the governor. If it passes both chambers, voters would decide. But one key hurdle: I'm told the Senate would not entertain any legislation that would overturn the will of the voters. For ABC 15's political team, I'm Rachel Louise Just.
Rachel.